Investigations, alerts, breaking news.
Internet cafes could be on the way out. A ruling has come down that could jeopardize their gaming operations in Kern County. Local sheriff's deputies shoot and kill a former NFL player. Now a jury has decided if the deputies here were justified in using deadly force. And the sporting stars have aligned for Kern County. What massive events are being held this weekend and how the economy could benefit from them.
Broadcasting live in high definition. This is Eyewitness News at 10 on KBFX Fox 58.
Good evening, I'm Kurt Rivera. Kern County could get a major victory in its battle against internet sweepstakes cafes. An appellate court issuing a ruling affirming that these cafes may be ordered to cease all gaming activities. Eyewitness News reporter Jose Gaspar has more on what this ruling means and its potential impact.
2 years ago, internet sweepstakes cafes in Kern County were found to have illegal gambling and were ordered to shut down by Kern County Superior Court Judge William Palmer. The businesses appealed. Today, a state appellate court in Fresno sided with Kern County.
It's a good day. It's a good day, and we're all proud of the work that we've done.
Kern County Deputy District Attorney Greg Pulskamp is the one who prosecuted the case for the county.
What the 5th District has said is that our office's understanding of the law and the facts was accurate. And furthermore, that Judge Palmer's ruling was correct. Judge Palmer did an excellent job, and he was correct in ordering all of these businesses to cease and desist any and all gaming activity.
The cafes sell internet minutes or prepaid phone cards as an opportunity for customers to win money, just like a sweepstakes. But the DA's office calls it illegal gambling and has been trying to close down the sweepstakes component.
The court's ruling is a victory for the district attorney's office.
Bakersfield attorney William Slocum represents iZone Internet Cafe, one of the businesses that lost the appeal.
If no one appeals this case, it will be set in stone in Kern County, Kings County, Tulare County, and Fresno County that the internet cafes, as we see them today, cannot operate any longer.
The district attorney's office says it will first meet with other law enforcement agencies to decide how to proceed in closing down any internet sweepstakes cafes that may still be operating.
We intend to go forward with enforcement very quickly and very aggressively. We think this opinion gives us the basis on which to move forward with the next phase of enforcement. We intend to do that.
Jose Gaspar reporting there is no word yet from any of the business owners on whether they will appeal today's decision to the California Supreme Court. If they do appeal, however, the businesses are still prohibited from operating. Today we spoke with businesses that operate close to those internet sweepstakes cafes about how they feel now that the courts have ruled against gaming activity. Eyewitness News reporter Caitlin Reardon has that story.
It makes us feel more, confident and much better that that's going to be happening. Glad they are taking that away.
I think the judge said, look.
City Council member Russell Johnson, who has been in favor of closing the internet cafes down from the get-go, says this is a step in the right direction.
I'm really pleased with the ruling that came out today.
Some city council members and business owners believe that the sweepstakes cafes hurt the community.
And they're providing negative impacts on our neighborhoods and our commercial centers that are providing jobs and opportunities for people.
Well, I don't necessarily agree with
We've spoken with Philip Walker in the past, who runs the Oz Internet Cafe at the Golden State Mall. He says they shouldn't be treated any differently than any other business.
The internet cafes is a viable business if they're run right. It's no different than any other business.
Glad they are taking that away.
Vincent Alva, who works in a shopping center that has an internet cafe, says he's actually seen parents go into play and leave their children in the car.
Go do something, to benefit your children and your family, other than wasting your time and trying to get quick, easy money from some little, internet cafe that's doing the sweepstakes thing.
Another employee who works at a different business in the shopping center didn't want to speak on camera, but said the sooner the sweepstakes cafes are shut down, the better.
I'm really happy that the court sees that the cities agree that these things are illegal and they should not be operating while we're waiting for this legal issue to be resolved.
State Assemblyman Rudy Salas recently introduced a bill in Sacramento that would shut down internet sweepstakes cafes. He says today's ruling only helps to strengthen his bill.
Well, it was a cooler day today than yesterday, but we're going to turn that right around for just a lovely day tomorrow. But first, it's going to be kind of chilly tonight. Right now, 55 outside. The dew point is dropped a little bit into the low 40s. We have a moderate air quality now once again, so we'll be also seeing higher AQI levels as we go through the weekend as well. It's in the 50s right now here in the valley, almost 40s in Buttonwillow and the Delano area, and down to 35 already in Pine Mountain Club. You can see that some of the temperatures already going down. 37 over in Tehachapi. Porterville is 48 degrees, so some 40s beginning to pop up here in the valley. A chilly night because the dew points have dropped fairly far down into the 20s up in Gorman. Over in eastern Kern County into the 30s. It's going to be a chilly night because the winds are pretty light, too. There's a calm wind up at Hanford, and Tehachapi only east of 3. We've got light winds here in the valley. Skies have completely cleared out. There's not a cloud in the sky, so it's a beautiful evening out there. Moon is out. And temperatures tonight will drop quickly, lowered actually. I've lowered the forecast down to 45 degrees for lows, and will be warmer tomorrow. And in the Kern County mountains, I've also dropped it a couple of notches temperature-wise. Some 20s tonight. We'll get down to 34 degrees in the Tehachapi and Fraser Park area, and up to around 60 by noon tomorrow. Full forecast in just a few minutes. Kurt?
Sounds good. Thanks, Miles. Some much-needed rain has fallen across the state in recent weeks, but state officials say it's not making a big difference in the state's water reserves. The Department of Water Resources says most reservoirs, including Folsom Lake near Sacramento, well below average. The only two that are closest to capacity are Pyramid Lake and Castaic Lake, two smaller Southern California reservoirs near the Grapevine.
We've had 3 storms blow through over the last 10 days. But they have barely moved the needle in the reservoirs in Northern California, which of course is the important reservoir area that affects all of the state, including the agricultural area.
U.S. Drought Monitor is forecasting much of the same very dry weather for the next 3 months. New at 10, the perfect storm, though, of local events this weekend in Kern County, making it one of the busiest tourist destinations of the year. Reporter Mike Deneau is here with a preview. Mike?
Hey, Kurt, wrestling, drag racing, tennis, fishing, you name it. It's definitely going on this weekend, and whether you want to get down and dirty or just kick back and watch, Kern County is the place to be.
It's time for the 2014 Drag Racing Extravaganza March Meet this weekend at the famous Famosa Raceway. Not to be overshadowed is Kern County's largest high school sporting event of the year, the 11th annual CIF State Wrestling Championships at Rabobank Arena. And a brand new tournament this weekend, the Bakersfield Tennis Open at the Bakersfield Racquet Club.
We have players representing probably 20 to 25 different countries around the world. They're generally players around 18 years old all the way up to about 25.
This is the first professional tennis event played in Bakersfield since 1965. More than 560 wrestlers from 270 teams throughout California will lay it all on the line for the state championships at Rabobank Arena.
This is by far the highest attended series event that we do between here, the convention center, and the theater.
Including wrestlers, coaches, and family members, expect more than 10,000 people in town for the tournament.
It builds character. It builds character to be there to support your children.
The Bakersfield City Firefighters Relief Association is hosting its 3rd annual Trout Fishing Derby at the Riverwalk Park, giving local kids a chance to fish with a firefighter. More than 4,000 fish were loaded into the pond for this weekend's fishing derby. Expect thousands and thousands of race fans from all over the country and even the world to get their classic cars and hot rod fix this weekend on for the big return of March Meet. The Jewel of Nostalgia Racing is a 4-day event that wraps up Sunday.
And to get a complete listing and times of these and other events this weekend, simply go to our website at bakersfieldnow.com. In studio, Mike Deneau, Eyewitness News.
All right, thanks, Mike. A jury rules in favor of the county in a lawsuit stemming from the in-custody death of a former NFL player. David Lee Turner was shot and killed by Kern County Sheriff's deputies in July of 2011. The lawsuit claimed Turner's civil rights were violated through unreasonable search and unreasonable use of non-lethal deadly force. The jury found those were in fact reasonable, but it was a hung jury for the wrongful death accusation, with members voting 6 in favor, 2 against. An attorney for the family says they will try to reach a settlement. California given the go-ahead to roll out new standardized tests this spring. The U.S. Department of Education says California will be allowed to replace its standardized testing and reporting on STAR tests with an experimental trial run of new computer-based language and math tests. Federal officials say the new tests more accurately mirror the lessons teachers are actually giving. The new so-called Smarter Balance test will start beginning on March 18th. He's accused of convincing girls as young as 11 to send him nude photos. Now police say an Arvin man used social media to lure minors. California's unemployment rate on the decline, where Kern County stands and what local cities are helping and hurting statewide numbers. And the Blackfish documentary has spurred a lawmaker into action why SeaWorld could see the end of its killer whale shows.
And chilly weather overnight. Temperatures about as cool as we've been in a while, but then tomorrow things are going to be really looking good. We're going to see sunshine, temperatures up well into the 70s. For all the things going on around Kern County, it's a great forecast coming up.